Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the channel, as I just hit my head on a linen line. Now, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We don't normally do this. Obviously, we like to do these little ad hoc videos as we do on the channel. Normally we do travel and trips out and dog walks and that kind of thing. But obviously today, just like the Lego bits, we're going to do a bit different, a bit ad hoc today. And this is kind of out of my expertise, as I have none in this, so so you'll have to bear with me. Disclaimer, please check out as we do this bit. We're going to do a bit of gardening today, but yeah, take expert advice on this, because I'm not an expert. I'm just gonna wing it as we go. so we're gonna repot some strawberries today. Again, this video could be used later on, obviously when I'm not about, and my daughter can have a look at these, or the children, or anyone. So if you want to kind of see how I do strawberries, chances are this is all complete wrong and I'm talking complete crap. But there we go. There's a long intro for you. Anyway, so come along, travel / a bit of gardening with me, and let's see how we go. Now, each year, as the strawberries, as we start to do for the new year, that's all right, I'll get my words out in a minute. Each year we have to refresh the strawberries for the nutrients and all that kind of thing to help them grow for the new year. They obviously go quiet over the winter, and then we start again really in the springtime. So what happens is, and I'll just show you this, hopefully I'll be able to show you on camera. Actually, what I'll do, I'll turn the camera around, okay? So bear with. So as you can see, the strawberries, they all kind of dry out. They do have runners of where the new plants will come each year. They will grow slowly through the year. I'm sure garden experts will know what I'm on about. But what happens, obviously, through the year, it uses all the nutrients in the soil, and now it's kind of like dead soil, really. So what we do, we take the plants out. As you can see, this is one ready to go for this year. We'll take that out and we'll put into the new compost, so it's sort of freshened up, ready for the year. So as you can see, my last stock from 2024, some I don't really have any plants left, and there's one there too. There's some here will have kind of all died off totally. So we're looking for the strong plants for the year that will reset for this year. These are last year's babies, so they've had a whole year. So this year they should be ready to produce sort of more strawberries than what they would the year before. So anyway, we will make a start. I'll show you as we go, and I'll just show you what I do. Like I said, no expert, but we'll give it a go. So what I'll do, we'll get rid of all these old runners. We'll pull the plant out in total. We'll clean the tray out, put the new soil in, and then we'll rebed the new plants back in. Hope you're enjoying the hat. This is the hat that you'll recognise when we go on the abroad trips and the summer trips. Not the normal one I have in the UK particularly. It's normally my summer hat, but you know what I mean. It is kind of summer. It's quite warm today, about 19. Anyway, I'll finish waffling. Right, so we'll get this cleared out. We've got all the old soil out. We'll take the plant out, which I'll show you in a moment. We'll save that to one side, the good ones, and then the old stuff we'll just throw that away in the compost. So anyway, let's make a start. So as you can see, what we kind of do, we pull the plant out and shake off or as much of the old stuff as we can. It's quite dusty and dry, because they're obviously ready for the new set for the year. So you'll just do this for each of them. Just break off all the old stuff, and obviously, as you can see, the new fresh heads for the year. As you can see, they're all ready to go. We've got some good roots. That should be not too bad a plant, nice and green. Like I said, you're just trying to get rid of any of the old kind of, as you can see, all the old kind of dead stuff. We're going to move all that and clean that out. So what I'll do the rest for this box. As you can see, I've got one good plant there and possibly another here. So we'll pull these out, we'll get the tray emptied out, and then I will come back to you. So I'll carry on waffling while we go. So like I said, just shaking this out. We've got these other two plants to do, and then like I said, we get it like that, then just leave that aside. Then we'll do the next one. Can be a bit of a dirty job, but it's quite warm today, so it's not too bad. So like I said, we're just shaking all the old stuff off. Try not to keep too much, because then we will have all nice fresh soil. And as you can see, all the old dead bits there, which we'll just break them off. All the old runners. And anything what you think is kind of dead, you just want the nice fresh green stuff. And then as you can see, nice clean fresh green for the new year. Yep, perfect. Okay, the rest of what's in this tray is dead, so we're not going to keep that. We'll bin that and remove that. Any plants bung in the old, for us in Norfolk, it's the old brown bin, which I pay for from the council. It's a certain extreme price, but there we go. That's that's just how it is. But the rest of the soil you can just bung in the old compost, and that'll kind of recycle itself with your other compost stuff in the bin anyway. Still what waste any, do we? You know what it's like in this environment at the moment. Anyway, let's empty this out, and then we'll do some replanting. Okay, we're back. Now, I'll just turn the camera around and then I'll show you kind of from scratch what you do potting plants anyway. Although, again, I'm no expert. So, I just blag my way. But I'll turn the camera around, show what we do, and so you can get some idea how to do it all kind of from scratch. So, let's get this old camera turned around. So, as we can see, pot is now cleaned empty. What we do, we put stones down there. Obviously we have this for drainage so the soil doesn't block. As you can see, the holes that we have for drainage. So just put a load of stones, gravel, bits like that, not too much. Just down the bottom there. And then what we'll do, we put the compost on top of that. So I will do that bit next, and then we will start from there. Now, I've got some compost from last year, so I'm hoping it's still in okay kind of nick. So we've got stuff like that, nice little compost. I think you can see that on there. I'll turn the camera around in a moment anyway. We'll just bung that in, fill that up to a point. I'll turn around, and what I'll do in a minute, I'll show you how much we've done. But like I said, it's all, because it's brand new compost, it's all nutrient rich, ready for the strawberries for this year to feed from. Obviously you can still put supplements in anyway. It's a good little gardening show, isn't it? Except you've got someone who doesn't know what they're doing. All the fun. So we've kind of done about 2/3 full, and that's where we'll leave it there. Let's move that bag out of the way. So what I'll do, I'll turn the camera around, show you where we are from here, and just before we put the strawberries in. So as you can see, just move that around, the sun's out a bit there. So we're done about, as you can see, about 2/3. I normally use these long kind of pots. You can get these from Tesco's and other supermarkets. But yeah, they're quite good for doing strawberries nutting. So we do that up to about there. I suppose that's what, a couple of inches off the top. And then obviously you can see we've got our 3 plants to put in. So you can kind of just put your hand in there a bit just to make a little well. That's normally what I do. Right or wrong, who knows. So we've got kind of 3 little holes there. That does them. Just that's a bit better. As you can see, 3 corner holes, just helps you put the plants in. And then get the plants, put that in as much as you can. Like I said, we'll do a bit more in a moment. But just bed, and don't worry about it, you won't hurt them too much. Just push them in, make sure they're in solid and nice and squeezed in. And the next one, I wouldn't do these kind of things, I wouldn't put any more than 3 in. That's more than enough for this kind of thing, because like I said, they will grow and expand. And then what we'll do, while the sun's out in my eyes, we'll just put that one there, cover that round again, put it in nice and firm so it's bedded in. There we go, that's M3 in. Now what we'll do, we'll just add a bit more compost round, trying to kind of cover this about another inch, just over, but keep these clear, and then that should be it for that part. And we're back in the room. So compost again. So I've just said, just get another kind of handful and just put round them again. Hold the leaves. So I'll just show you what I did there a minute ago. What I'll do, I'll just put the rest of the compost in, and then I'll just show you how we put that around. And then we're just ready then to give them a bit of water. Always make sure, as my granddad taught me, and my dad, and mum, and all of them. Once we're done all this, you just give them a good water and then leave them to settle. Okay, I'll turn this around, show you what we do, how we hold the leaves, how we cover them around, and yeah, ready to go. So there we have it. So what I'll do, unfortunately I don't have 2 hands free because one's holding the camera. What I normally do when I'm putting that soil back in, I'll just hold the leaves gently like that. Then what you do with your other hand, you would thread the soil round and just do that for each of them. And we do that again the same, just brush off any loose dirt and just kind of make them all nice. Oh no, we've got another one there, just give it a little slight shake, gentle shake. And there we go, they're all ready to go. We're just going to give them a water and then that will be them done. And then obviously we'll just move on to the next one and just carry on doing that for each of them. And there you have it. That is how Stephen UK Travels does his strawberries. So, like I said, no gardening expert. I'm just kind of just blagging how I've done it for years, but I've never lost any. That's always kind of worked. So, and that's pretty much how I've been taught anyway. But like I said, it gives them the nutrients for the rest of this year's growing. And then come next year, just do the same all over again. Just take them out. I normally wait until we pretty much, the frosts have finished. So we're kind of looking I normally do end of April, start of May. Whether that's right, who knows? Check it out for some experts. And then, like I said, repot them. Maybe give them a little bit of a feed during the year. But normally, my strawberries, I normally just do the potting and that's all I do and water them. So make sure you give them plenty of water through the year. But yeah, then you should be all ready to go. Strawberries pretty much look after themselves. I've never really had an issue, but could be just the luck I have. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed my little garden snippet for the for this one. Like I said, we don't normally do this, but it's a good laugh, isn't it? So bit of gardening for you. Anyway, I will leave the guys and you and everyone to have the rest of your lovely day. I'm on a little bank holiday break at the moment. I'll be back next week, unfortunately, but there we go. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll get out and do some more travel videos hopefully this weekend, and until then I will leave you in peace. Try and like and subscribe if you can, that'd be really great, and we're trying to get up to at least 500 subs by the end of the year. I can dream, but we can try anyway. Anyway, I'll leave you in peace. Thanks for watching, and thanks to the guys who have subscribed, and I will catch you very soon.